You woke up this morning, but did you really wake up? Most people open their eyes into the same loop. Grab the phone, scroll through strangers, chase yesterday's stress. The body moves, but the soul stays stuck, still tired, still empty, still hoping something outside will give them peace inside. The Stoics saw mornings differently. They believed sunrise is not just light. It's a test to see if you'll remember yourself before the world tells you who to be. Because before you face the noise outside, you must choose the voice inside. And if that voice isn't rooted in self-respect, in self-love, then nothing you build today will stand. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That strength starts with how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself when no one is watching. This isn't about mirror affirmations or empty hype. This is about building a relationship with yourself that doesn't disappear when life gets messy. It's about remembering the truth. You are worthy, not because you're perfect, but because you're present. In this video, we'll walk through 9 Stoic practices that rewire your mind each morning, from how you think to how you move to how you build structure that survives chaos. This is your reset, your return to center, your chance to lead the day, not just survive it. Welcome to Stoic Philosophy Daily, where your story matters. Share below what your biggest morning struggle is. Every comment is a gift. We read with care, answer with heart, and treat your journey as part of our own. This is more than a channel. It is a circle of strength. If you're ready to reclaim your morning and rebuild from the inside out, drop a comment now. I am worthy of my own love. We're testing a new voice for this video. If you prefer the old one or like it, please let us know in the comments. 1. See yourself through the mirror of truth. Every morning we glance in the mirror, but how often do we truly see? Not the blemishes or the tired eyes, but the person who has endured, adapted, and still chooses to stand upright. Most people use the mirror like a courtroom, listing flaws, replaying old verdicts. The Stoics approached it differently. For them, clarity was not a matter of judgment, it was recognition. And recognition is where self-respect begins. Epictetus said, "No one can hurt you without your consent." That includes you. Each harsh label, each comparison, each quiet insult you repeat in your own head is a signature of consent. Psychologically, this is how self-distrust forms. The mind learns to treat itself as an adversary instead of an ally. The mirror of truth interrupts that pattern. It forces you to pause before the spiral starts. This mirror is not about inflating your ego or pretending you have no flaws. It is about accurate seeing. Like adjusting a distorted lens, you stop zooming in on every weakness while blurring your strengths into the background. When you look into your own eyes and acknowledge the person who survived every hard season, something subtle shifts. Your nervous system softens. The inner tension drops. You are no longer bracing against yourself. You do not need permission to feel worthy. You do not need to become someone else for compassion to apply. You are already standing in the arena. That alone matters. Self-love does not arrive at the finish line. It starts at the starting line when you decide to stop fighting the person in the mirror and start standing beside them. Try this. Tomorrow morning, stand still in front of the mirror. Do not scan. Do not critique. Say 3 true, grounded recognitions out loud. Not compliments, but evidence. I showed up even when it was heavy. I held my temper yesterday. I protected my boundary. At first, this may feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is not weakness. It is an unfamiliar respect. Over time, the brain learns a new association. The mirror becomes a place of grounding, not a place of attack. Ask yourself, if I spoke to a friend the way I talk to myself, would they trust me? Would they feel safe? When this practice repeats, something powerful happens. Your inner voice becomes steadier. External criticism loses its edge. You stop outsourcing your worth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, confine yourself to the present. The mirror of truth belongs only to this moment, not to past failures or imagined future versions. It anchors you here, where choice still exists. At Stoic Daily, we believe that clarity is the foundation of self-respect. Comment below, I see my true worth. What is one truth you are ready to recognize in yourself today? 2. Tend to the garden within. Your mind is a living garden. Every thought is a seed, every belief a root system, and every repeated emotion becomes the weather that shapes the soil. Whether you realize it or not, you've been cultivating something. The question is, what kind of growth are you allowing? Kindness or chaos? Self-trust or self-sabotage? Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The mind, left untended, doesn't just wander, it overgrows. Doubts creep in like ivy. Past shame returns like mold. Some days your own thoughts become a dense fog, so thick that you forget the shape of the person beneath it. That's not a weakness, that's neglect. And neglect can be reversed the moment you pay attention. Self-love begins when you decide to become a conscious gardener. You don't get to choose every seed that blows into your field. Life is wind, after all. But you do choose which ones you water. Which thoughts do you feed? Which old beliefs did you finally uproot? This is where power returns. This is how self-respect is built, not by pretending weeds don't exist, but by having the courage to pull them anyway. Try this. Today, catch just one thought that drains you. I'm falling behind. I always mess this up. I'm not enough. Don't argue with it. Observe it. Then ask, if this thought were a plant, would I let it stay in my garden? That moment of pause rewires everything, because when you stop feeding what weakens you, you begin feeding what strengthens you, and slowly, like light breaking through a tangled canopy, clarity returns. This is not toxic positivity. This is conscious pruning. You're not denying struggle. You're recognizing what's worth your energy. Just as a tree must shed dead branches to survive winter, you're allowed to let go of beliefs, people, and habits that drain your light. That's not selfish, that's strategy. And when you prune with intention, a strange thing happens. Your emotional body exhales, your nervous system softens, you breathe more deeply, think more clearly, and walk more lightly. And as you care for your inner soil, others will notice the difference. Your peace becomes visible. Your presence becomes magnetic, not because you've become perfect, but because you've become intentional. That's the quiet power of inner cultivation. The garden doesn't just bloom, it transforms you as you tend to it. At Stoic Daily, we believe that every thought you feed is a vote for the life you're building. Comment below. I choose what I nurture. What idea will you water today? 3. The permission you were never given. Most people are not exhausted because they do too much. They are exhausted because they keep waiting and waiting for approval and waiting for a signal. Waiting for someone to say, "It's okay now, you can rest, you can choose yourself." You stand at the door of your own life, hand on the handle, convincing yourself that love, peace, and freedom must be earned first. Here is the truth that changes everything. You do not need permission to love yourself. Not from your parents, not from your partner, not from society. Self-love begins the moment you stop negotiating your worth. The moment you stop telling yourself, "I'll allow myself to rest when I become better, thinner, calmer, more successful." That moment never comes. Permission delayed becomes self-betrayal. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people. but care more about their opinion than our own. Psychologically, this is how people lose themselves. One critical comment outweighs 100 quiet truths. One raised eyebrow rewrites your choices. Over time, you begin living as a version of yourself, designed to avoid disapproval rather than expressing the truth. Self-love is radical permission. Permission to say no without a long explanation. Permission to rest without justifying your fatigue. Permission to change your mind, your direction, even your dreams. At first, this feels uncomfortable. Guilt rises, fear whispers that you are selfish, but that discomfort is not danger. It is a withdrawal from people-pleasing. It is your nervous system learning a new boundary. Try this. The next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, pause. Say less. Notice the tension in your chest. That tension is old conditioning leaving your body. Ask yourself, if I honor my needs right now, what actually happens? Who is disappointed? And more importantly, who is finally protected? Each time you choose your peace, the guilt weakens and your clarity strengthens. This permission also applies to your emotions. You are allowed to feel sadness without defending it, anger without being labeled as difficult, joy without waiting for it to be taken away. Feelings do not require permission slips. They are signals, not crimes. When you stop arguing with your emotions, they pass faster. When you suppress them, they linger. You are also allowed to change. Outgrowing people, places, and past versions of yourself is not betrayal, it is alignment. Growth does not mean you were wrong before. It means you are listening now. And sometimes the most courageous permission is this. You are allowed to put yourself first, not always, but when your well-being is at stake. At Stoic Daily, we believe self-respect begins the moment you stop asking and start choosing. Comment below, I release all guilt. Where in your life are you ready to permit yourself today? 4. Rewire the voice that shapes your life. There's a voice that never leaves your side. It greets you before the mirror. It walks with you into every room. It comments on how you look, what you say, and who you are. And what most people don't realize is this. It isn't just background noise. It's the architect of your reality. Would you let a stranger whisper, "You're not enough," into your ear every morning? Would you let someone follow you around all day, mocking your failures and magnifying your flaws? Of course not. Yet we allow our own inner voice to speak that way, relentlessly, unconsciously. We call it humility, but often it's just internalized cruelty disguised as realism. Epictetus said, "We are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them." And those views are shaped first by the voice in your head. When that voice tells you, "I always fail," your world shrinks. It's like stepping into a room with shrinking walls. The more you believe it, the tighter your life becomes. But when that same voice says, "This was hard, but I'm growing," something shifts. The room opens again, the air returns. You breathe easier. Try this. The next time you catch your inner critic raising its voice, don't fight it with aggression. Don't try to silence it with noise. Instead, respond like a wise teacher, correcting a child who doesn't know better. Ask, is this voice helping me or harming me? Would I say this to someone I love? If not, it doesn't belong. That voice is like a cracked lens. It distorts the truth. Your job is to change the lens, not believe the blur. Imagine your inner voice like a sculptor's hand. Every harsh word chips away at your confidence like a chisel hitting fragile stone. But every kind word becomes a soft cloth, smoothing the edges, revealing form and beauty. This isn't about fake positivity. It's about rebuilding a relationship with yourself. Just as you'd rebuild trust, with truth, consistency, and care. And here's something most people miss. The way you talk to yourself sets the ceiling for how others treat you. If your own voice whispers, I don't deserve this, you subconsciously invite less respect, less love, less peace. But when your voice says, I am enough, you begin to lift the ceiling. You walk taller. You set boundaries without guilt. You stop performing and start living. At Stoic Daily, we believe that every inner sentence is a brick in the foundation of your identity. Speak wisely. Comment below. My words create my world. What's one thought you're ready to rewrite today? 5. Say no to protect your peace. There's a word that reshapes your entire life. Just 2 letters, 1 syllable. And yet, most people choke on it. No. You've spent years handing out yes like free samples. Yes to late-night calls that drained your sleep. Yes to tasks that disrespected your limits. Yes to people who only remembered you when they needed something. But self-love begins the moment you realize that every yes rooted in guilt is, in fact, a no to yourself. No is not rejection, it's protection. Not a wall, but a door with a lock you control. Boundaries are not about pushing people away. They are about setting healthy limits. They are the sacred lines where self-respect begins. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. You can't control who knocks on your door, but you can decide who gets to enter and how long they stay. So ask yourself, how many things in your life are you doing out of fear, not love? How many fake smiles have you worn because being nice was safer than being honest? Every time you betray your need to protect someone else's comfort, you leave a part of yourself behind. Try this. When someone asks for your time or energy, don't answer immediately. Pause. Breathe. Say, let me think about that. Take a moment to check your instincts. Do you feel peaceful or pressured, energized or depleted? If it feels like you're giving from an empty well, the answer is no, and that's enough. You don't owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your peace. At first, guilt will come. It will whisper, you're selfish, you're disappointing them. But that's not your soul speaking. That's conditioning. That's the echo of a world that trained you to believe love means sacrifice, even if you're the one bleeding. But here's the truth. Real love doesn't demand that you shrink. Real love honors your capacity. It celebrates your no because it respects your yes. When someone gets angry at your boundaries, they weren't loving you. They were using you. Let their anger teach you. Let your boundary free you. At Stoic Daily, we believe that clarity is an act of compassion. Say no with love. Say yes with intention. Comment below, I protect my peace. 6. Trust the season you're in. Nature never doubts itself. The tree doesn't question if it's too late to bloom. The ocean doesn't apologize for its tide. But humans, we resist our own rhythm. We scold ourselves for not being further ahead. We call healing laziness, and we see slowing down as failure. But you, like nature, move through seasons. Self-love begins the moment you stop judging your winter by someone else's summer. Winter isn't a mistake, it's sacred stillness. The soil looks barren, but roots grow deeper. Healing happens here, quietly, without applause, but necessary for strength. If you're here in your inner winter, let yourself rest. Don't label it a weakness, call it rebuilding. Then comes spring, the first breath after suffocation. Ideas budding, confidence flickering back to life. But spring is fragile, it's messy, and if you rush it, you'll crush it. This season needs your patience more than your productivity. Maybe you're in your summer, shining, achieving, building, then own it. Don't dim your joy to make others comfortable. Self-love here means not apologizing for growth. Let your light be contagious. Or maybe it's autumn, letting go of what no longer fits, no longer feeds, no longer aligns. Autumn is a soft death, not the end, but preparation. Shedding is painful, but it makes space for what's next. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything is only for a day, both that which remembers and that which is remembered. The leaves fall, and so must you release what no longer serves." Most of your suffering comes not from the season, but from resisting it. You want to harvest in winter. You want fresh starts in endings. You want full bloom before roots. And life keeps whispering, trust the cycle, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Try this. Each morning this week, ask yourself, what season am I truly in? And what does it need from me? If you're in winter, block rest into your schedule like it's sacred. If spring, journal small wins each night. If summer, share your work boldly. If autumn, name what you're ready to release and let one thing go, just one. You'll move through these seasons 1,000 times in your career, in your healing, in your relationships. Don't compare timelines. The tree doesn't envy the flower. You're not late. You're not lost. You're just in season. Honor it. Trust it. At Stoic Daily, we believe true growth isn't forced. It's timed. Drop this below. I trust my season. 7. Turn your wounds into wisdom. You carry wounds no one can see, like cracked glass beneath perfect lighting. From the outside, you seem whole, but some betrayals still echo. Some words still sting, and some memories still flicker like a flame you can't blow out. There were moments when you were too much and others when you weren't enough. So somewhere along the way, you started believing the lie that your pain made you unworthy, that your scars were a sign of failure, that broken meant less. But here's what self-love rewrites. You're not broken, you're broken open. That ache in your chest, that space being made for wisdom to enter. Like light filtering through cracked stone, your pain didn't destroy you. It carved you deeper. It gave you depth that shallow people will never understand. You don't just know sadness, you recognize it. That's why others feel safe breaking near you. You don't just know how to endure, you carry maps through storms. But here's where it gets hard. You have to stop using those wounds as excuses to self-destruct. I was hurt, so I don't deserve love. That's not the truth, that's trauma speaking. Seneca said it best, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Your thoughts keep reopening wounds. Your past already survived. Self-love begins the moment you say, this happened, but it no longer defines me. Try this. Next time your mind replays a painful memory, pause. Ask, am I remembering this to learn or to punish myself again? If it's the latter, breathe. Gently choose a new thought. That pain taught me what I value. That hurt shaped what I protect. Don't show your wounds to those who won't hold them with care. Don't rush healing to appear strong. Real healing takes time. Your scars are sacred text. They tell you who you are and, more importantly, who you'll never be again. Let them guide your boundaries. Let them write your new story, one where you are not the victim, but the architect of your future. At Stoic Daily, we believe the strongest souls are carved by pain, not crushed by it. Comment below, I turned pain into power. 8. The person you're still becoming. You're not finished. You're unfolding. Like a mountain sculpted by wind, like a river deepened by time. Your evolution isn't a flaw. It's the proof that you're still alive. But somewhere between goals and guilt, between comparison and timelines, you started treating yourself like a project overdue instead of a person in progress. You forgot that growth is never linear and wholeness never arrives on schedule. Self-love begins when you stop rushing your becoming. It's the quiet voice that says, I can be proud of who I am and still excited for who I'll become. It's what lets you breathe in the messy middle without judging the dust still settling. Because the truth is, you're allowed to evolve slowly. You're allowed to change your mind, change your direction, and surprise even yourself with what still lives in you. Think about 5 years ago. what you tolerated, what you believed, who you thought you needed to be. You've already changed. You've outgrown versions of yourself that were once a means of survival. That's not failure, that's maturity, that's life. As Epictetus wrote, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Self-love means seeing your reactions not as proof you're broken, but as signals that you're learning to shift, to soften, to stand taller with each challenge. So next time you feel behind, remember this. No one's ahead in a story that was never supposed to be a race. You're not late. You're right on time for the next unfolding of who you are. Let others have their chapter 20. You are in chapter 8. And this chapter matters just as much. Try this. Each morning, instead of scanning your flaws, say out loud one thing you're proud of. Not the biggest achievement, just one small win that proves you're trying. Then write one thing you're curious to grow into without pressure. When practiced daily, this helps soften your self-talk, shifts your posture, and rewires your mind to view progress as a process rather than a punishment. At Stoic Daily, we believe that becoming is not a burden, it's a blessing. Say it in the comments. I'm evolving, not failing. 9. Become the love you've been seeking. Most people spend their lives knocking on the wrong doors. They chase love through approval, achievement, attention, and applause, hoping someone out there will finally make them feel whole. But no amount of validation can fill a space that was never meant for others to fill. The love you've been waiting for was never missing. It was misplaced. It starts with you. When self-love is absent, relationships often become a form of negotiation. You cling instead of connecting. You seek reassurance instead of sharing presence. Love becomes a transaction, not a gift. Like drawing water from an empty well, you keep pulling until there's nothing left. That isn't devotion. That's exhaustion disguised as loyalty. Self-love restores the source. It makes you full again. When you love yourself, something subtle but powerful shifts. You stop asking others to complete you. You stop measuring your worth through their reactions. You validate your own experience. From that fullness, you can finally give without keeping score. Love becomes clean, calm, grounded. Consider how you treat the people you truly care about. You're patient with them. You forgive their mistakes. You encourage them when they doubt themselves. You hold space for their pain. Now ask yourself gently, when was the last time you treated yourself that way? When did you become your own ally instead of your harshest judge? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Every moment you choose self-respect over self-criticism, you create a new echo, one that reshapes your inner world and quietly rewires every relationship around you. When you respect yourself, you teach others how to treat you. When you honor your needs, you establish boundaries without having to shout them. Try this. For one day, treat your needs as non-negotiable. Eat to nourish, not punish. Rest without explaining. Keep one small promise to yourself and follow through on it. Notice the discomfort when you choose yourself. That discomfort is old conditioning loosening its grip. Ask yourself, if I can show up for everyone else, why not for me? Self-love also knows when to ask for help. Strength is not carrying everything alone. It is knowing when to open the door and still keep your foundation intact. You can receive love without depending on it to define you. You can accept support without abandoning yourself. At Stoic Daily, we believe the strongest love is the one that begins at home. Comment below, I am my own home. Where are you ready to choose yourself today? A daily practice of self-worth. You stayed through every word. That alone is self-love. You showed up for yourself. You listened. You felt. And somewhere in you, a small voice whispered, maybe I deserve the same love I give. Self-love isn't a final destination, it's a daily decision. Some days it flows like breath, other days it's resistance. But each time you return to yourself with kindness, you grow stronger. Start now. Softer eyes, kinder words, clearer boundaries. Forgive what you couldn't see before. Celebrate the fact that you're still here. You don't owe the world perfection. You owe yourself the truth. At Stoic Philosophy Daily, we believe the most powerful love is the one you learn to give yourself again and again. Comment below. I choose self-love every single day. Then share this message with someone who needs it.
If you're seeking more, discover the full path on my channel, Stoic Philosophy Daily.